What's going on, YouTube? How you doing? How you doing? First and foremost, man, I want to thank everyone for subscribing to my channel, supporting my channel, and sharing my channel. I thank y'all for the comments, the likes, just everything that y'all do, man. I humbly appreciate it. Thank you so much. I humbly thank y'all so much. Now, before we get started, let me give a shout out to Michael B. Jordan. He won the Oscars over the weekend. Shout out to him and Ryan Coogler. But most definitely shout out to my brother Michael B. Jordan, man. I like a lot of his movies, you know what I mean? I think he does a great job with that, man. His movies, Sinners especially. A lot of people was a big fan of Sinners. I was okay with Sinners, man. I ain't gonna lie, I was okay with Sinners. It was a couple of things that I liked about it, man. The only thing I wish they did in Sinners was hire more foundational black Americans to play that part. That's my only thing. I didn't like the dude that was singing. I wish it was a foundational black American that was singing, because the dude that was singing, I think the blues singer, the young dude, the blues singer, I don't think he's foundational black American. I think even though his parents sung, one of his parents was singing in the gospel, but she wasn't. They weren't foundational black Americans, man. I could tell watching them when I first saw. I said, he ain't one of us. The girl that played the hoodoo lady, I wasn't feeling that either. I wish it could have been a black American woman that could have played that. That was my only gripes about the movie. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna get too deep in it, but that was my only gripes about the movie. Now, Delroy, I was cool with his role. He played that role real good. I think his name was Delroy Linden, the one that played the harmonica. I liked him. You know, I think he did pretty well. And most definitely Michael B. Jordan, man, laid it down in that movie. I ain't gonna lie to you, laid it down. So shout out to my brother Michael B. Jordan. And another thing too, I gotta give my condolences to the family of Kiki Shepherd. Y'all don't know who Kiki Shepherd is? She was the beautiful, foundational black American woman from Tyler, Texas, that graced the stage of Apollo. Man. She was a beautiful woman, man. She was elegant, man. Had grace and everything. Tell y'all quick something. I met Kiki Shepherd in Atlanta back in 2011, I want to say. Sweet lady, man. Nice, humble. She wasn't stuck up or nothing like that. I met her at we was at the Sheraton out there. And she was in the lobby. I think she was getting ready to leave or something like that. But she stopped, spoke to me and my mom and family, and she was real nice and cordial, man. Took pictures with my mom and everything. She was just nice, man. So my condolences to her family, man. We lost a great, great, beautiful legend, man. A great, beautiful legend. So my condolences to Kiki Shepherd. Now, let's start right here. So when Trump first won office and he was talking about he was going to deport illegals, there was a lot of black Americans, Democrat supporters, that were trying to fearmonger us foundational black Americans on that we were going to be deported. I ain't going to never forget that. That's one, I ain't going to never forget that fake outrage of us about to be deported. I ain't going to never forget it. And I remember as time went on, I remember that's when the Latinos started coming at us sideways, talking about, you going to be deported too? We're all the same, black and brown, woo, 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 woo. You know, all that crap right there, talking about we black and brown, we together. We brothers and sisters. We fought together. What about, the war? Mexico allowed y'all to come over here during the war. During slavery, help y'all free slaves. Man, get the hell on out of there. So when we start getting on these Mexicans or these Latinos ass about, expecting us to protect them, they start to be hostile. That's when you start to see anti-black racism from these Latinos. Something that we've been telling people for the longest, that these Latinos are racist as hell. Now, when Trump got in office and Trump started rounding these Latinos up, we ain't been hearing a lot from these Latinos, man. I say 3 to 4 months into Trump being in office, we ain't hear nothing from these Latinos. Nothing. They quiet as a mouse. Look, peeking out the window, seeing who gonna come get them. They been very quiet, humble a little bit. Don't get me wrong, you have a few squagglers out here, that say little shit. But the taco people ain't been saying nothing, y'all. The burrito people ain't been saying nothing. Because we shut them down. We shut them down. We got some straightening going on. Because we had to let them know, listen, man, we ain't y'all bodyguards. We ain't finna get out here and get beat for y'all. We ain't finna get hosed down for y'all on how y'all treated us. Especially how you treat my people in California and other places where y'all located at. Especially even out here in Texas. But in California, man, those racist Latinos out there. The public figures there are Latinos out there. I ain't gonna forget about what the city council folks said about the black folks out there. And you expect us to fight for that? You expect us to feel sorry for that? No, we ain't going. And so shout out to my black Americans that fall for it. Then you had the Africans. Oh, the Africans. Oh man, they still going on about it right now. But they kind of simmered down on us saying that we're gonna be deported. But I remember Africans said, well, if you get pulled over, how would ICE know who's who? And like I always tell an African or Caribbean, if I get pulled over and they see me, and let's say they mistake me for one of you flip-flop wearing Africans, guess what? All I gotta do is show them my ID, my birth certificate, or my family can come down there and vouch for me, saying whatever I need to do to show that I'm descendants of emancipated people. And let's say they do deport me, like I said last time, and they deport me to old Nigeria, right? And I'm in Nigeria somewhere, and I've been in Nigeria for a month because they mistakenly deport me. And now I'm walking through shanty towns, eating that Chicken Republic, just living the Nigerian life, pooping in the middle of the street. I'm in front of the courthouse just pooping away, talking to a lawyer, the lawyer pooping next to me because he trying to get me back home too. I'm going to be back home. I'm going to get that phone call say, hey, we made a mistake. Go to the United States Embassy so we can, send you back to the United States. And I'm going to be rich. You know how much of a lawsuit I get? They mistakenly deport me to Nigeria. I don't even know nothing about Nigeria. You know how much money I get? They were going to deport y'all. And y'all Nigerians or Africans or Caribbeans feel a way about that. Especially you Haitians too. I think TPS is almost over. Is TPS over, y'all? Is TPS over? Because I remember they sued about that and they halted it for a minute. But from what I'm hearing, I don't know if it's true or not. But I be in a certain space, I just heard little rumblings about that might be over this week. So now y'all got to go back home. Y'all try to make us feel so bad doing this deportation run by Donald Trump, man. Oh, man. Y'all say we the white man. Y'all called us, what else they called it? They talking about, they used to call ICE like the slave patrols and stuff like that. Talking about how you gonna call ICE on an African, but ICE come from police, and the police was the slave patrol. I used to look at them crazy like, so the fuck what? Guess what? Sometimes we gotta use our weapons against you motherfuckers. Sometimes we gotta use what we pay our taxes for against you motherfuckers. And guess what? I'ma call the police anyway. Let me say this too to black folk. Anything happen with me, with my kids or anything like that, I'm going to call the police. I have called the police before, and I got justice for calling the motherfucking police. I spend too much goddamn money in taxes. I'm pretty sure y'all do too, to live by this code like, oh, I ain't calling police. Fucky that. As a matter of fact, let me tell y'all a quick story. It was this has happened recently. Like this is recently, like maybe a few weeks ago. My next door neighbor got some kids. And I don't know what the hell be going on next door, but when I walk by the door or when I go in my bedroom, I can hear kids just crying and hollering and fussing and stuff like that, right? And I think they got like a little baby or something over there. And I'm going to say little, not even call her a baby, but she a walking baby. You know what I'm saying? I think she about 1 or 2 years old. And they be leaving their kids with the other kids. Now, the other kids probably about between the ages of 8 and 12. There's about 3 of them motherfuckers up there. Between the ages of 8 and 12. And I'm assuming that they watching this little toddler. Man, it been times where I can hear this little baby crying. I'm talking about crying. Not just crying like, oh, I'm hungry. Oh, my stomach hurt. Oh, I'm sleepy. I'm not talking about that crying. I'm talking about crying like I'm being hurt crying. Crying like somebody's doing something to me crying. Y'all know that cry I'm talking about. We have kids. We know when our kids bump themselves when they cry, but we know if our kids fall off top of a bed and land on that floor or some heavy fall on them, we know that cry. There's 2 distinct cries we listen for. There's a cry we move like this and a cry when we move like, what the fuck wrong? What's wrong? Man, I remember, man, it been times where I heard this baby cry, man. I was just going back and forth because these are black American people, right? And I didn't want to call police on my people. But then again, if something happened to that baby, I feel bad. I feel like it's my fault that I didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Cause that little girl, man, that baby just be crying, man. It be like those violent cries, yo. And I be feeling so bad for that baby, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. So a few weeks ago, I'm laying in the bed. Now this is at nighttime, so I ain't gonna even say the kids was watching this child. But I'm laying in the bed, I could just hear this baby violently crying, and I'm hearing boom, 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 boom. Like, I guess people like fighting next door or something, or I don't know, they'll fight. It don't even sound like no fighting. It sounded like stuff was getting dropped. Let me say that. It sounded like stuff was getting dropped. Yeah, what I did. I called 911. I said, hey, listen, there's a situation going on next door to me. I gave them my name. I said, listen, I got a next door neighbor that have children, and I think the children are being abused right now. I really do. And I don't have no proof about it, but I can hear and I know sounds. And plus, I used to work for CPS, so I understand what this shit look like. And like I told the police, I told the dispatch on there, I said, listen, I wouldn't feel right. I said, I'd rather be wrong sending the police over there and do a wellness check on these kids than me being right. I'd rather be wrong than me find out that I was thinking right. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, police. So I hung up with them. Because I had to give my information. You know how the police go. Gave my information. So I say about 15 minutes later, I can see the police pop up. It was about 6, 8 of them motherfuckers. I'm like, bet. So I can hear what's going on. And guess what? Guess what, y'all? That baby was being abused. I saw they take that baby out their house. I saw the ambulance came up through there, put that baby in the ambulance. I want you to hear me this again. I saw them bring that baby out and put that baby in the ambulance. Now, I don't know what happened after that. They still stay next door. Cause I don't see them like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't see them. They always in the house, so I don't see them. But I bet you one goddamn thing, I ain't hear no crying no more. Now hold up. I might still do hear crying, but not that type of crying. If I hear it again, I'm gonna call the police. Now, I don't know if they gave the baby back to her. I don't know really what happened with that situation because, that ain't my business because I wasn't an anonymous caller. I told them who I was. I gave them my address. So they probably know I did call the police on them. But I hope that baby is fine right now. And if I hear that baby cry again, because I be hearing crying, but it don't be that cry that made me want to judge. It be cry like, I'm hungry, I'm sleepy, I don't want to go sleep, that type of cry. But let me hear that violent cry again. And let me hear her other kids, because I think her kids be doing something to that baby too. I think her kids be doing something to that baby, man. I ain't bullshit, but let me hear some shit. I'm going to call them police. I'm going to call the police again. And that's on my dead grandmama. I'm going to call the police again. That's on my dead granddaddy. I'm going to call the police again. That's on my beautiful children head. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry, y'all. I just went all off and shit talking about. Oh, that's what I was talking about. My bad. Shit, I got lost in the sauce. Yeah, man. So I don't have no problem calling the police. You get what I'm saying? That's what my tax dollars are paid for, and they here to protect and serve. Do we have issues with the police in America? Yes. Have I had issues with them motherfuckers? You goddamn right. They pull me over at least once a week out here because of the car I drive and because of the pipes I have on my car, right? And I'm so used to it that it's getting to the point where I know who's gonna pull me over. It's between two cats. One of them black and the other one white. Now the other one Hispanic. Now this is a black American that pulls me. He pulls me over all the time. And I can't figure. I had to ask him like, man, why you keep fucking with me, man? You know I ain't got nothing in my car. You know my license straight. You recognize my car. You know it's me. Why you keep pulling me over? He said, well, your tint. You still hadn't changed your tint on your car. I said, bro, this is legal tint and you know this. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna file a harassment claim. I need some goddamn money too, y'all. How broke I am, I need some motherfucking money. So I'm gonna file a harassment claim on him and the Hispanic officer. Cause it seems like every week I get pulled over for nothing. I don't even get a ticket. They don't even give me a ticket. They just want to run my name and just fuck with me and shit. I don't be speeding. I got my seatbelt on. It got to the point I just turned my music down. But I got something for them. I've been talking to an attorney, so file a harassment claim on them motherfuckers. But guess what? I'm still gonna call their ass if I need them. So don't let these people guilt y'all because we gonna call ICE on these illegal immigrants. If you know illegal immigrants somewhere, call ICE. Drop a note. No matter of fact, tell me where they is. I'll call ICE for you. Give me the address where these illegals at, so we can get them out of here. So we can have a better day. Because guess what? At the end of the day, y'all, we are not going to be deported. And that story threw my thoughts off. Really, I want to talk about deportations in this video. Damn, man, I shouldn't have told that story. Because it was somewhere I wanted to go with the deportation thing. I just remembered about me calling police. Man, that shit just threw off everything I'm about to say about deportation. Listen, y'all, I'm going to do a deportation part 2. Alright, I'm going to do it probably one day this week. Because I really want... Oh, let me go and get to it right now. I remember that. So the Africans expected us to, try to save them from ICE or whatever, right? But there's another group of people that were trying to scare us with deportation. It's the Democratic Party. The Democrats want us to get out here and fight for these funky immigrants that do not like us. These people are anti-black towards foundational black Americans, but the Democrats want us to fight for them. That don't make no sense to me. The Democrats care more about the immigrants, even during the election against Trump. When Kamala Harris was going against Trump, they kept talking about the immigrants. They gave the immigrants more leeway than us, man. They offered them more stuff than us. I understand they want to pay these folks low wages. I understand they want to keep the wage down. I get it. I totally get it. Because it's the reason why they haven't raised the minimum wage. Because of these immigrants. But god damn, offer us something. Forget us. Offer the American people something. But what the Democrats tried to do, they were trying to scare us. When them 2 white folks got popped in Minnesota by them ICE agents, they said, oh, they remind us of when black people got unalive by police. Man, they ain't got shit to do with us, bro. Them white folks are antagonizing ICE. They were kicking the trucks, harassing them. They coming up pulling out guns on them folks. That's on them. We don't do shit like that. When we get unalive by the police, we be unarmed. I'm talking about unarmed black people that get unalive by police. I ain't talking about black folks that committing crimes, running, trying to fight the police, trying to pull something out. We ain't talking about that. That's natural. I get it. But I'm talking about unarmed black people sitting in the car, reaching to get something, or moving around, get popped, get unalive. Like the brother in Michigan. They were running from the police. He was on a bike. He stopped. They let the dog on. Then they shot that man in the back, bro. That's ooh. Anyway, but the Democrats try to make us feel bad. Anytime, like when they raided Chicago, I know I'm all over the place, y'all. Come get my thoughts together, cause I don't feel like starting over. I'm sorry, but in Chicago, when they raided that project building with all them immigrants in there, and there was some black people stayed up in there, so they pulled some black people out. These niggas try to say, oh, look at them, man. They got the babies outside, man. Woo, 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 woo. They detained the baby. But listen, y'all. We have been a point in life where we have never been detained before. We've been detained before. There have been black people sleeping in their house. Folks kicking in the door, pull the whole family out. And they be outside for 2 or 3 hours. It been times where they don't wrap a sheet around the women, because some women like to sleep naked. They'll wrap a sheet around the women, had the women sitting outside in the cold. Had the kids with a pamper on in the cold. You think we ain't used to that shit? But guess what? At the end of the day, we ain't got deported. We ain't got deported. Until we get deported, that's when I care. And I know this video messed up, y'all. But that's why I just wanted to get out, man. That's why I just wanted to say. That story kind of threw me off a little bit, man. Because that shit, I hate to hear children get hurt. That's one of my pet peeves, man. One thing I do not like that I would never forgive nobody for, and I ain't got none of this shit on my jacket. abusive children, and abusive women. I do not respect a man that hit a woman or ever hit a woman or a person that abused their children. Now, do I know some people that done it? Yes. I know some people that done it. Am I still cool with some of them? I'm cool with a few. But best believe I have checked the fuck out of them. Best believe I had let them know how the fuck I felt about this shit. Best believe that. So I ain't gonna be no hypocrite and act like I don't know these motherfuckers. Or I ain't been around these motherfuckers. Alright? Because most people like, yeah, I don't like this. But then they be hanging around. Nah, fuck that. I know people that done this shit. I know people that have done it. Now, I don't think they do it now. Because when you cut off people for doing fuck shit like that, abusing women or abusing kids, better get some act right. Better go to therapy. Better get some counseling. You can't be around a nigga like me. You can't hang with me. With those jackets on you. You better figure it out. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Sorry, this is one probably my worst made video. I feel like start back over, y'all. But I hope y'all got the point. Charge it to my heart. I will have a better video tomorrow. Much love. I love y'all so much, and y'all be safe. Peace out.